On this episode of Straight Right Garage, getting back to the 68 Volkswagen camper and fixing whatever this is. Well, I don't know what happened, but we lost a whole bunch of oil right out of the engine somewhere, and I have no idea where. It was working just fine last night. I went and was adjusting the carburetor, I adjusted the valves, adjusted the points. You got it running pretty good. Shut it off. Actually, I took it out for a test drive down the street, came back, shut it down, started just fine again, put it away for the night, come back out this morning, started it up, gave it a few revs, started running a little rough, backed it out, oil everywhere. No idea where it's coming from. So yeah, let's have a look and see what happened this time. Okay, I took everything apart here and let's have a look. As you can see, it was this one right here, and that spring, this valve spring, is not as high as this one, so this one's stuck. I doubt if the valve is bent, but hopefully it'll free up. When you have things that sit around for 10 years, it's probably best to hit the valves and to see if they're stuck or not. I didn't do that. That's my bad. But if we have a look out here, here's the push rod that I took out, and yep, it's clearly bent. And these are this is the push rod tube. It's supposed to be one piece, but it's clearly torn in two. So what happens here is this is an accordion style push rod tube, and it's usually expanded out here. When you put these in, you remove the head, you put these in, and then you torque down the heads, and it crushes these sleeves down and gets your seal there so it doesn't leak. But these seals, they're hard. I can feel them. They're pretty hard and they're pretty worn out. So maybe after we get this thing running and we know that it's okay again, maybe we can take it apart and just reseal the engine. Now, I got plenty of push rods. I just need to order a spring plastic push rod replacement, push rod tube replacement. So we're done for today until we get that taken care of. So let's go ahead and skip to where I got the push rod in and take it from there. And we're back again. So we're going to not worry about the engine right now because I had to order the parts and they won't be in for another couple days. So we're gonna have to move on to the interior. This is what we have right now. If you watch the other videos, you know that we tore out the interior and found some rust hose, and all this wood was totally destroyed and rotted away. So we need to do something with this stuff right here. Here are the old cushions. This is where the hinges go, right there, right there. It's all garbage, total junk. So what I did is, I have an old RV, and I just took these cushions out, and we're just going to try to make something work here. We're going to build new boards out of this plywood right here, and just sort of attach these cushions to it. It's not going to be perfect, but again, we're not going to make it right. We're going to just make it work. Here's a couple cushions that I already sized up. I took the covers off and sent them through the washing machine. So we're going to have to do a little measuring, get these covers back on. I think we're going to have to cut down a little bit on, I can't remember if it was the length or the width. I think it was a width. These are a little bit wide for what we need, but I think if we take a couple inches off of here and slip these covers back on, it should be okay. I mean, I got way too many. I only need probably these two and maybe one more for the very back, maybe two more, and then maybe that small one or two small ones, something like that. Anyway, the rest of these will just be tossed out somewhere because I don't need them, and we're getting rid of that RV. We're just using it for the drivetrain really. So yeah, let's see what we have to do here. All right, we got to take some measurements right here. What is this? This is 46 inches. So it's 46 inches long, and what? This is 21 inches wide. 21 inches wide. So it's 46 by 21 on that one. This one, this is the base. This is the back right here. This one is 18. It's not a very good 8. Yeah, start over. 18 inches wide by what? Probably should be 46 inches long as well, huh? Yep, of course it is. Why would it not be? 46 inches in length. So 46 by 21, 46 by 18. So we got this plywood right behind me. We'll just cut a couple boards here, and like I said, we have two brackets, one here and one here. This attaches to a couple arms, flexible arms that are on there. These big holes right here are where the actual rocking hinge was, and this just has two hinges on it as well. So we just need to build these bases back, and then that'll give us our folding platform back, and then we can just toss some pillows on it and be done. Sounds like a plan. Okay, we're about ready to cut this, and this board is, we only need 46 and it's like 48, so it's almost exactly the right length. What did I say? 20. Ow, that hurt. What did I say? What did I say? We need a 24, no, 21 and an 18. 21 and 18. So we need 21. 21 and 18. Okay, 21 and 18, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this battery operated Ryobi, how do you say that? Ryobi. And I've never used this before. I've had this for like 2 years. I don't even know where the battery goes. Looks like right here. I never used this. Came in a toolkit. I just used like the Sawzall and the drill and stuff. There it goes. So hopefully this is going to be strong enough to cut through. This is only like, I don't know, ½ inch maybe, 7/16. I don't know, I just bought it. Anyway, let me cut this real quick, and then we'll get to fitting. Yeah, there's one piece that actually cuts really, really good. This cuts this really good. I'm sure it's not designed for huge thick stuff, but it cuts this like butter. And it has a little laser on it too, so that's cool. Laser on. I didn't cut into the board. I did. I cut a little bit into the board that I just cut. So I cut a hole in it, a little slice, but that's okay. That's not gonna hurt anything, I hope. That was brilliant. And there you have it. 2 pieces of board cut to almost the exact same length as these cushions. So I'm just going to measure probably from here to here and there to there. Place this bracket and what are these tabs? I don't know what those are. Anyway, place those and let's see. This one just need to measure. I only have holes right here. The other's completely ripped out. Measure, make a template of that, transfer it to that pattern, and see if we can't get these bolted into the bus. Right then, now for these brackets, and I'm using the Ryobi drill. And these are so rotted that I probably could just pull them off. I thought I could. They're not coming out very easy. I mean, they're spinning, they're just not, there you go. Just not doing anything. Too rotted to come out, and oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I want to see, can you see that? See how thin that head is? I mean, this, it should have just broke off. These are totally wasted. There's nothing left there. Just a little thin piece of nothingness. So I guess we'll have to get us a couple more screws and screw this stuff back down and get this other one real quick over here, see if it's any better. Doesn't seem like it. Alright, get off of there. I think the vinyl, the only thing holding it down over here. There's another one. Garbage. There's the last one. Also garbage. Just imagine how much moisture had to be in there to make these screws rust away like that inside the wood. So it's been dripping in there for years and years and years. But first, I think I'm gonna pull this vinyl off of here and see if there's anything I'm missing that needs to go over onto the other board. Not difficult at all to do. Look at that lawnmower. Why would somebody lawnmower while I'm trying to make a video? That is just rude. Okay, well, that is off of there, and this was metal. So there's just a metal strip on each side. I guess that held the foam down maybe, but this is the board right here. So that's the only part we need. This is the foam underneath of it. You can see this is totally trashed. I mean, we could probably go to the store, what, hobby store or whatever. What's that fabric store? Joanne Fabrics? Do they have this foam? Hobby Lobby, somebody, one of those places. I know they sell this stuff. It's got black mold on it. That's disgusting. We could cut a piece if we wanted to do it the proper way and spend money, but we don't because we're doing this budget friendly. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure they probably sell this material too. And you could just go in and have that cut, get you some vinyl, rewrap it. I mean, it's a square, it's a rectangle. It can't be that hard. So, and then I'm just gonna put this board on top of this one and just probably get the drill and just drill the matching holes straight through to this other board. And that should make it a lot easier because my measurements are always off. The board is cut close enough. So yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, got the Ryobi again, and looks like it was here and here. Just gonna drill a couple little starter holes. Don't want them too big because I gotta put screws back in there. So one there, one there, one here, and this one's a little difficult. That hole is missing, so I'm gonna take this bracket. I'm gonna line it up with this existing hole. Just drill through this non-existent hole. There we go. That should do it. And I'll be able to put my brackets right on, and they match up exactly. All right. We'll find me some screws to put in there, and then whatever else I have to do to the other one, I forgot. Anyway, let me go find some screws. I found some deck screws. They're 2 inch long, which is about an inch longer than we really need them. So just gonna stick these suckers in and then zap them off, and that'll be good enough. All right. I leave enough room, yep. Don't want to drill this into the other board like I cut the other board. There's one. I get that mark lined up. And there's the other one. And like that, it's done. I'm going to do the other side real quick, and then what else do we have to do? I don't know. We'll do something. Okay, I just wrestled the board into place. It was fighting a little bit. Had to scoot some things around, but come here and I'll show you a little bit of how this works. We're definitely not done. This is just pretty much the first fitting phase, but this is how it's going to sit when it's in the down position. We'll still have to attach this bottom bracket here, this one and this one, but what you do is you raise up and you have these two legs that went to those brackets that we put on, but it just comes up, and it's going to be hard to do one-handed, so we're going to sit you back down there, and you just raise up and fold down like so, and when these brackets are attached, they will basically come forward. That's just going to be on the other side. This will be laying straight. That other board attaches there and folds down to make your bed on a cross like that. Then these fold back up. That one folds back up. This guy folds back down, which is a lot easier when you use 2 hands and don't have the brackets in the way, like so. The seat folds back up here, and you have your seating position again. So I'm going to get to making the other board, and I have to get these old screws out and get some more screws in there, and then we'll test fit the cushions and do something about this. Maybe we can cut down a couple more cushions. This one's not as wide as these are because of the spare tire back there, so we'll have to do something there, maybe cut down a couple more cushions. But look at that, there's a hole there too. We got holes everywhere, but that is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna get started I'm going to get those other brackets on and we'll come back and see how it looks. And we're back in the bus again, and I have changed a couple of things that I did not like. So what I did, that one piece of plywood was just not thick enough. I was sitting on here and it was starting to bend, so I just cut another piece, doubled it up, and that seemed to solve the problem. We got the hinges right there bolted onto both sides, so we got the bars up, and let's check this out and see how it works. So let's start in the seated position right here. So it's pretty good right there. You got your back right here. You're hanging out, having a good time, and the day's over and it's time for bed. Just pull this guy up here, get these braces locked into place, pull out, and there's not a lot of room in these, so you get stuck. Push it down like so, and there you have your bed, just like that. I went ahead and cut down these pillows a little bit. This one, well, they're both the same, I think, both the same size. I cut them down 4 inches to fit in between this space, so like that. A little bit of hangover here, but about like that. I mean, the originals would have been attached to the plywood, and we have to do something about that. But I mean, this is basically it. You're just laying down here with your head way back there, and you're good for the night. I'm gonna check to see what we can do. Maybe we can get those pillows cut down, maybe put a couple more like this in here, only smaller, just so it matches all the way back. So maybe we will use more of those pillows than we thought. So I'm going to check on that. Let me put this bench back up and I'll show you in the seated position what it looks like. Now we'll put it in the up position, which all you have to do is grab a hold of the back and you're up and right into position. Pillows straight. Maybe I can add one more pillow. And there you have your couch. That's not bad, right? I mean, this is what 1977 I think these came out of. This is a 68 bus, so I mean, kind of sort of in the same era. Yep. One more thing that I want to do is I have this plywood down here I cut, and I would like it to go right about here. So maybe I cut it a little bit too tall. Yeah, that looks good. So I just want it to go there because that other piece is a little bit weak. Let's see if maybe I can cover it with this with something, make it look a little bit better, because this is starting to look a little dorm roomish. But that'll give us some of our strength back from that board falling apart. Here's my solution to the ugliness of the plywood there. I just simply took the casing off of one of these and staple gunned it to the plywood, and now we have a matching board. That's not bad, and it cost us nothing. After quite a bit of razor blades, staple guns, and folding, we finally got our trim pieces in at the bottom and wrapped the backing here, the deck and the back right here. So All that we had to do is take apart those pillowcases and slice them up with a razor blade, hit them with a staple gun around the edges, and it looks 100% better than just having that plywood sticking out all over the place. So yeah, for absolutely no money besides the plywood. The plywood was, I think, $25 for that sheet of plywood. We have a totally new reupholstered Z-gate bed for our Volkswagen. I actually think it's called a rock and roll bed, but yeah, Z-gate bed, rock and roll bed. So still have to do this, and I'm debating whether to maybe cover this back. I don't know what's going to be back here, but you can see where I just wrote over some fabric here and just stapled it right to the back of the plywood. So we can do something, maybe put some more fabric over that or whatever. But I'm gonna get to making this piece, see what I need in here to match this up. So if I match this up, then you're probably gonna see that, and it's probably gonna be more noticeable. So the work continues. Let's go get a couple pillows, toss on here, and see what it looks like. Well, there you go. I just took 3 cushions, didn't cut them down or anything, and they just fit right in there. For some reason, this one, just a little bit different pattern than the others. That's weird, but I'm good with that. Still got that wood. I don't know. I want to do something there. I don't know what. I don't know whether to cover it or paint it, put some stickers. I mean, a bunch of stickers would be really cool right there. We're going to leave that alone for right now, but let's test out the bed and see how that goes. So it's in couch mode now. Let me put the camera down and let's go into bed mode. Alright, I was going to put a handle or something under here to make it fold out easier, because I don't really have anything to grab a hold of. And that makes it a little bit difficult. There it is. Now you have your whole bed. You just come in there and let's try it out real quick. Oh yeah, that's nice. I mean, if I move over far enough, you could probably get another person in here. My feet are hanging over, but I'm 6'6". Wasn't exactly designed for somebody that tall, but yeah, it would work if I curl up a little bit. Not bad. I'm 200 pounds and it's holding me up without any problems, no issues. So I think that's good enough for today. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We'll get back on the next episode and get that engine leak taken care of, fix that valve, get that tube in, and see what else breaks. So that'll do it for this episode of Street Rat Garage. Until next time.